What's up, guys? We are back on Prize Picks, taking a look at some more NFL player props. So just hop straight in. If you guys are not already on Prize Picks, you guys want to join, you can do so with the link down in my description below. And promo code DOMG, get your first deposit matched up to $100. Again, the link to join is down in my description below. But let's hop in and start winning some player props. Before we hop in and I give you guys my player props for today, make sure you guys check out the Dub Club. The Dub Club is where you get every single entry that I make sent to you a bunch of different ways. So my plays in the Dub Club come for 4 different player prop sports, technically 5. You have the NBA, college basketball, NHL, MLB, and the NFL, and it comes from a bunch of different player prop sites, including Prize Picks, Underdog, Parlay Play, Sleeper, and Chalkboard. My plays can also get sent to you a bunch of different ways, including the Dub Club app, email, Telegram, or Discord. And if you guys want to join, you can see right here that my lifetime net winnings on Prize Picks over $5,000. That's how you guys know that I'm reputable and not a bum giving out consistently losing picks like some other people out there. So if you guys want to join, there are 2 special offers down my description below. $5 off your first month of the All Access, or you guys can get $5 off your first month of only basketball player props. The link down there actually might be for just NFL player props. It's going to be one of the two. So you guys can either get $5 off of NFL for the first month or $5 off of All Access. So a bunch of different options if you guys are interested in joining my Dub Club. With that being said, though, let's just hop straight in and get to these player props today, which we hopefully will end up winning. If you guys want to go ahead and see some more free plays from me, there is a Twitter link down my description below. Give me a follow at DOMG Props over on Twitter. There's also a free Discord that you guys can join with the link down there as well, and just play responsibly, natural risk, and let's hop in. So we're gonna take a look at these player props today over in the NFL first half categories. This is a category that I really love on the Prize Picks board. NFL first half is just the first half player props, and there's a lot of edge here because a lot of teams, if they're winning pretty early, like Patrick Mahomes here, he's at 137.5 passing yards. They should be blowing out the Raiders. They're gonna throw the ball more in the first half. That's why there's a lot of edge here. So my first player prop is of course gonna be Patrick Mahomes over 137.5 passing yards against the Raiders today. We're gonna take a look at this player prop in my research for it with the props.cash tool. This tool I've been using for about 2 years now, and I am freaking in love with it. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. Before we go any further though, if you guys want to check out this tool for yourself and it's something that you guys might be interested in when you guys see me use this tool in the video, you can check the tool out for yourself with the link down in my description below, and make sure you use promo code DOMG. You're just going to use that link down there, click on the monthly option right there. With the monthly option, all you have to do is type in promo code, just type in DOMG as the promo code, click on apply, and that is pretty much just it. You guys can get $5 off your first month. So using this tool here, we're going to head over to the first half category here, so we can see his passing yards in the first half. You can see right away, it's looking pretty green right there. There's been a lot of green games this year for Patrick Mahomes. However, we do have to adjust the line a little bit here because he is at 137.5 passing yards. So we'll move this up just a little bit here up to the 137.5 line here. So we are at 137.5 so far. So he's over this in 7 out of 10 games, as you can see right here. 7 out of 10 games so far this season, and 58% of games between this season and last season. However, he faces the Las Vegas Raiders today, who they are, I believe, 8.5 point favorites against here. So you see he's over this in 3 out of his last 4 games here against the Raiders. So already a pretty good track record there. But let's take a look at his games between this season and last season when they win, because they are very favored to win in today's game. You can see his hit rate moves from 70% this season and 58% between this season and last season. It moves up when they win the game all the way up to 62% and 71%. So they are really, he's just been a lot better when the Chiefs are winning their game. And you also see we can also take a look at how he's been on the road as well. So in away games here, it actually does see a little bit of an increase between 2022 2023. It is a little bit of a decrease so far this season. So I think super crazy. You can take a look though at the games when they win and also are on the road. You can see what the hit rate looks like there as well. So I think he's in a great spot though, not just because of that, but also because of the matchup. We'll take a look at quarterbacks here and what the passing yards look like for opposing quarterbacks here against the Raiders. So quarterbacks against the Raiders, how good have they been? They've been actually pretty solid against opposing quarterbacks. They're allowing 223.4 passing yards per game to opposing QBs so far this year. But who are the QBs that they have faced? Let's take a look at this here. So opposing quarterbacks here, they saw Tua have over 300 passing yards against them. Zach Wilson had 263 passing yards against them. And part of the reason that average was so low from before was because Daniel Jones had only 25 passing yards against this Raiders team. We're not really going to count, Daniel Jones on this list right now. But then you have like Tyson Bagnet right there from the Bears. You had Jordan Love when he was a little bit rougher at the beginning of the year. Justin Herbert had a pretty bad game against them. But you see some of these top end quarterbacks like Tua had 325 against his team. Zach Wilson somehow had 263 against his team, and then you have like Josh Allen 274 against his team. So I'm not really gonna. I just like to take lists. I'm just taking that 223.4 number with a grain of salt because these matchups, these other opposing quarterbacks that have faced the Raiders have not been as great. So I'm loving the spot here for Patrick Mahomes in his first half passing yards. They should be throwing the ball way more in the first half than they do in the second half. So I think you can go for 140 in the first half, man. So that's maybe my first player prop right there. Patrick Mahomes over his first half passing yards. And player prop number 2 here. This one's going to be in the same exact category, NFL first half. And we're going to go with the Sunday Night Football game, man. Lamar Jackson over 115.5. First half passing yards. Cue the running back comments on this video. But you see right here, Lamar Jackson, he's averaging 158.6 in his last 5 games there. And he's over this in 4 of his last 5 games. But let's take more of a look into this one here. So Lamar Jackson here, you can see what his hit rate looks like. It's only over his full game passing yards in 2 out of 11 games. This is why there's so much edge in the first half category, because there's a reason why this line is so high. It's because the Chargers are such a good matchup, and the Ravens should be able to win this game, and they may not be throwing the ball as much. So if we switch this over here to the first half here. So we're switches over to the first half. You guys can see what his kind of hit rate looks like here. We actually got to adjust this line down to 115.5. Now that we're at 115.5, you guys can see that he's over this in 8 out of 11 games so far this year. Pretty big difference between his full game passing yards being over in only 2 out of 11 compared to 8 out of 11 in the first half. So much edge in these first half categories, I'm telling you guys, man. So over to 73% this season, 51% of games between this season and last season. The Ravens are 3-point favorites here against the Chargers, which I'm kind of shocked about. I thought they would be much more favored here. But in games where the Ravens do end up winning, he's over in 88% of games so far this year, including all of his last 7 games, and then 57% of games between this season and last season. And he's been throwing the ball a lot more this year. You can take a look at his passing attempts here. He's had 16 plus passing attempts in most of these games so far this year. So we can even filter it down, by the way, to games where he's had like 16 plus passing attempts. We'll go 14 plus. We'll go 14 plus passing attempts here. You can see he's over in 59%. We'll adjust this a little bit more up to the 16 passing attempts. And when we're at the 16 passing attempts, he's over in 64% of games, and every single game so far this year. So the attempts have been there a lot more this year. We've all kind of seen that, and we've known that Lamar Jackson is much more of a thrower this year than he has in the past. It has to deal with their offensive coordinator from last year being fired, and then maybe a new one so far this year. That being said, though, this matchup is also one of the best I've seen. I mean, opposing quarterbacks against the Chargers. They're allowing 316.3 passing yards per game to opposing quarterbacks so far this season. That is the most in the NFL by about 26 yards. So that is a lot. 26.2 yards. The Chargers are just getting friggin' destroyed, man. They are absolutely getting destroyed. You take a look at opposing quarterbacks here and how they've done against the Chargers. Every single quarterback has been over their line against the Chargers, according to props.cast, as you can see right there. Every single QB. You have Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Zach Wilson had 263 against this team. Tyson had 232 against this team. Mahomes threw for over 400 yards. This team's getting destroyed by opposing quarterbacks, and not even good quarterbacks. Aiden O'Connell had 238. Zach Wilson 263. Tyson Bagnet 232. Lamar Jackson can have friggin' 120 in the first half, man. I love a spot for Lamar Jackson. That's going to be my favorite of the two. That is my play of the day, if that's what you guys want to call it there. But yeah, that's what I'm really liking today over on Prize Picks right there with the NFL first half category. Absolutely love it. If you guys want to see some more from me, you guys can join the Dub Club, all that good stuff. Props.cash tool link is down in my description below, but we are not done quite yet, because you guys can take a look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer right here and what this tool does. I want to talk about 2 different tools in this video from Daily Grind. The first one's going to be the Optimizer. All you guys have to do to find the better expected value plays here on like Prize Picks, Underdog, Parlay Play, Flip, Sleeper, wherever you guys are at, is click the refresh button. When you press the refresh button, it pulls up the best expected value player props on that player props site. What it does is it compares Prize Picks lines to sites like DraftKings, and it helps you find some very good odds value like that. If you're looking for like a 2-pick power play, you can filter it down. It can help you find some good plays that fit into like a 2-pick power play, for example, and just kind of things like that. So if you guys want to join and get that tool, you can do so with the link down in my description below. It does help the channel a ton if you do so. But there's also a second tool they offer. It's a different type of tool. It's not included with the last one. They are sold separately, but this one is going to be the correlation tool, which has proven results. You can see right here that this tool right here is up 539 units since August 18th. That is absurd. I mean, come on, man. If you were a $1 better, you would be up 539 right there, as you can see right there, according to this tool. So that's absolutely absurd. So if you guys want to check out this tool, a link for it is down my description below. This one's going to be the correlation tool, not the optimizer, but the correlation tool. What this tool does is it finds correlated plays on these different player prop sites. So for example, we'll take a look at which one we take a look. We'll take a look at the Carolina Panthers game here. So it just finds correlated plays. So for example, if Bryce Young goes over his passing yards, it's there's a decent chance I'm sorry, under. If he goes under his passing yards, it's a decent chance that Adam Thielen also goes under his receiving yards. If that kind of makes sense. If it's a low-scoring game, it's it's a little bit more likely that these offenses will be bad and it'll be a low-scoring game, and that all of these end up going under. It finds correlated plays like that on these different player prop sites. They have this for a couple different sites, by the way: Underdog, Prize Picks, Jock, MKT, and Boom Fantasy. And it comes for a bunch of different sports as well: NFL, soccer, CS2. A lot of those different sports, man. So if you guys want to join, you can do so with the link down my description below. It's going to be a correlation tool. It is on the more expensive side for sure, but if something that you can afford and something that you guys are interested in, you can do so. You can get this tool with the link down my description below, and you guys can cancel at any time after purchasing. So that's pretty much going to do it, though. Thank you guys for watching this. You guys, hopefully in the next video, best luck with your NFL player props. See you guys hopefully tomorrow with a winning day under our belts. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching this. See you guys hopefully tomorrow.